Welcome, Anime Lately podcast listeners and YouTube podcast watchers, to another episode of the Anime Lately podcast. I'm your host, Sam the Manga Man, and here with me are my Brotakus. Introducing first, the Game Master, the Director of Anime, Mr. King of Games himself, Ray Apollo! And finally, our last co-host. He is a legend in the Black Clover community. He has a great love for Trigon, One Piece, and the legendary Divash, Miguel Parra. How you guys doing?
I'm doing awesome.
Great.
Every time I hear your intro, it always reminds me, I feel like that you should be in the ring, like doing some type of announcing, or in the Schmodown or something like that with that type of intro all the time.
Okay, so I have a real question though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would be Sam's intro? We haven't heard that.
Well, that would be a time when Sam is on vacation or something, and the co-host will mention him.
No, we're doing it right now. We're doing it live. Introducing the man who has far too many manga tabs open that he couldn't possibly catch up and read all of them, but he's gonna. The man who, if you can't find it, he can on the internet. The man, the myth, the legend, Sam, the manga man.
I like it. So now, guys, you definitely know when Sam is not here, who will be the host. It will definitely be Ray Apollo with that type of voice. Definitely.
I mean, that was just the taste. That was just the taste.
Yes.
Don't you worry.
When Sam is on vacation, Sam will take over.
Wait. If I'm on vacation, how am I taking over?
The ghost of Sam.
You gonna possess the show? I got it. Yep.
Am I gonna be there in spirit? I'm gonna have the phone.
Yeah. Speaking of being here in spirit, James died again.
Yeah. That's a tragic moment when that random Cyberman just exploded. And
we were just out chilling, reading some manga on the steps, eating some Pocky like some weeaboos that we are, and all of a sudden the Cyberman came out. Got you. James like, oh. And then
someone just killed James only, not us. It's just James only.
Wasn't us this time. By the way, I used the Dragon Balls that I had, so
one of you guys
don't we have to wait for 1 year, or we have to go to Planet Namek?
I guess somebody got to win the Tournament of Power.
I don't know who would that be because I don't know.
I don't know. It's not me. I'm an iPhone user, not an Android user.
No, you didn't. Wow.
And I'm just saying.
I didn't know you had that in you, Sam. Okay.
Yeah, because you're just saying that, right, Sam?
Yes, I am.
Ooh, this is a nice intro so far, guys. Ooh, this
is great.
This honestly has been the 18th episode. This has been the best intro we had.
Fair enough.
And we haven't even talked about shit.
No. So anyway, we'll miss you, James, until the next time you're revived by some form of anime
trope
restoration. Yeah.
Maybe he'll be revived in some Ezekiel world like he likes to be.
Or maybe it's the power of friendship.
Wow.
Okay,
let's go,
guys.
man.
Yep. All right, guys. Let's start with our weekly anime watchings and manga readings. How we always start with this summer anime season. I'd like to hear from you guys the thoughts. Let's start with Demon Slayer, episode 22.
This episode was freaking great. Definitely got me on the edge and got me a bit upset. Like,
I was mad the whole time.
Like, how do you just do Nozoku like that? Like, one thing I gotta admit, I like how they had all these different type of powers in the characters. So it's very diverse. Each character has their own trait. Sorry, not trope, trait. And it's very cool about this. So I really like that about each of the characters. So that's very nice about them.
Like they were.
You know what? Orochimaru, that son of a, he made it out. He's back in another anime.
But not like, I like his eyes though. His eyes are pretty dope. And
It is.
When I first saw him, that's an Orochimaru twin. I knew it.
I was like, Orochimaru, you done did it again. I can't believe it. Transcendent universes.
You know when I noticed when I saw all those Hashiras, the pillars and stuff, I was like, wait. Zenitsu is lightning. Where's the Hashira for a lightning guy? Who's
exactly? There isn't one, and I want to know why.
I know, me too.
There was one. Remember, his master was
his master was the former one, but who's currently the current?
Who's the current one?
That's what you got. But the thing is, maybe he got disbanded or something because those are the 9. So there's no 10. Those are the 9 pillars. So maybe
you would think that maybe there was a 10th, and who knows why it wasn't filled.
Maybe who knows?
I mean, for what
Zenitsu was supposed to be that 10th pillar, but he failed his training. So
that is true.
That can make sense, but he's still pretty.
My favorite is the 2 people, the Love and the Stone guy.
I told you we would go like her. I told you.
The way she looks, but I feel like she's us as the fans, and plus
exactly. She was so good.
She reacts to every single thing they did.
Everything that happened, it was so good.
In the back, but he looks so good. And then after she like, oh my god, Shinobu's mad. Why is she mad? It's just such a shock. Like I love all the things she did, the reaction. Like she was us in the anime as the commentary of us.
So I mean, this scene, they did not move very far at all. Which was, if you paid attention, like they didn't go anywhere in this episode, nowhere. This all happened in the same space.
The only one that actually moved the most, it was Sanimem, the guy, the wind guy.
Was it the wind guy? Wind guy, not sound guy.
No, the guy that looks like Toshiro from Bleach.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, I mean, they all kind of have some Bleach inspiration, if you ask me. But still, this took place in the same 3 or 4 panels, but it was really cool because you didn't really pay attention to that because of what they were doing. Like it was, Demon Slayer does a really good job of emotionally charging a scene, and like this entire episode was emotionally charged. Like it was real tense. Like it was playful, but it was still like, no, they could die. Is like basically what it was, especially Nezuko, who I'm super worried about.
This is my theory. So this is my theory that I said in the anime video, is that most likely what's gonna happen, she's gonna rip off a piece of her clothes and cover his wound. That's my theory. That's what she's gonna do, because most likely she's not gonna get killed or anything. Like these 2 are the main plot of the whole story. No. So my speculation that she's gonna take off a piece of her clothing or of his and cover his wound, and she's gonna shock everybody or something like that. That's why.
I feel like it's gonna be more shocking if she just goes straight to Tanjiro and help him, especially when they literally like.
Yeah, I think she goes to protect Tanjiro, but like I feel like this
because there's a sun that's outside.
We don't know that.
That's the thing. Like even though she's a demon, she's gonna get burned from the sun. She's willing to sacrifice herself to try.
So we do not know if she's affected by the sunlight. We are all assuming that she's affected by the sunlight at this point because of everything they taught us about demons. But remember, who else can stand out in the sun?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson could be out in the daylight, not for long, but he can be.
Have we seen him in the daylight though? We only seen him at nighttime.
Never mind. Sorry, I didn't say anything.
Actually,
I didn't say anything.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Either way, even if the sunlight does affect Nezuko, it'd be more impactful. Like she's willing to get herself killed to try Tanjiro. So I'm okay with that.
And also, question. So, did you guys like? Once he came out, once the master came out, I was like, hey, is he probably demon? Like, is he? But once he stepped out, like, okay, it's not demon, so it's not. Because for him to just step out,
and they made that point. They made the scene of showing the light hit his face. It was like that made the difference because I was like, if he had stopped short, then we would have known.
Yeah, we're like maybe it's demon, but once he step out, like okay, they're telling us that he's not. Your theories don't try to speculate. You anime watchers, so I was like, all right, cool, thank you guys.
It would seem kind of conflicted in a way where your master is
very weird.
Want to hunt other demons and stuff like that. And now you're gonna be thinking like, so there's so many other high, powerful demons that's just like Michael Jackson. Like, what kind of crazy world are you gonna be living in?
But his scar, yo, I feel so bad for him. Like, and you respect him. Like, I really gotta give.
That was my favorite part of the entire episode. Is the change in tone of every single character there was beautifully done. I thought when he showed up, I was like, this is. Yes. I love that this is such a change in these characters because they have so much respect and reverence for this character that everything about them completely changed. Everything.
I agree. Even when they don't agree with the master's plans or what he
Which
did,
was beautiful. I love
so
that.
respectfully. No, I do not approve of this because of so and so. And I
Notes, internet. This is how you disagree with somebody.
Internet. Know how to argue, being respectfully. Take notes from anime.
Like, it was so well done. I really appreciated that. I like that scene. It was just, that made it really easy to watch because he came, and also remember how tense everything was leading up until when he stepped out.
Agreed.
The tension completely melted when he stepped outside.
It disappeared because once he came in, everybody that was rude, everybody that was crying, everybody that was in any type of mood, silence it and just said, "Hello, master. How you doing? How's your day? I want to greet you. Hopefully you've been well in your health and everything." I was like, they did a whole 180. What? They just, okay, cool. I got to give them props.
I loved it. I loved it. Like, honestly, like, this episode made me mad because of the way they treated Nezuko, of course, because, protect her at all costs.
Mhm.
But this episode was really well done. In terms of just, there were so many different things happening so fast, and it was like, but you could keep up with all of it if you were paying attention.
I agree. Even that moment when the master read the letter from Tanjiro's master.
Oh my God, that messed me up.
That got me emotional. Like, oh my God, that got me emotional.
It's crazy how Gayu barely spent time with them, but he put so much faith in these two that he barely knew. And he sent them to his master saying, "Hey, take care of these two for me. I have hope in them," or something like that. And for him to just say, "Hey, if these people turn the wrong way, I will senpaku myself." And he barely knows Tanjiro. He didn't train him. All he did was fight him and then send him to his master. That's all. And for him to put that much on the line of his life, that's a lot of faith in somebody that you just barely met.
Like, not just him, it's also the master himself too. Like, I would also, all three of us would put into a seppuku from ourselves. I was like, oh man, that was so much respect. Like, that's so much trust into Tanjiro. And like, they didn't even know him for that long too. But they have so much trust for Nezuko and Tanjiro together. Or maybe they know something that we don't know about.
True.
We don't know because we don't know if the master or the pillars know about Tanjiro with the whole Hinokame ability, because that's some real ability. That's some real powerful stuff.
Yeah.
And if you could train Tanjiro, you might have a stand a chance with Muzan, which apparently nobody came close to even find. I was like,
they've never seen him.
That's crazy.
Tanjiro's the only one that's seen him. And that instantly makes Tanjiro relevant and important to this group.
And that's crazy that none of the pillars have met him. And that's that really shook me. Like, wow, like Tanjiro is one lucky dude. So
that means that he survived an encounter with him. Like, yes, because that means that he hasn't shown himself to any of these other swordsmen. And then, I think probably anybody who ever came across him probably died.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Like, he's lucky to be alive, essentially.
Oh, definitely.
Last thing I want to say on my end is that I want to give her props to the actual author and creator that she has known. Like, she knows how to write this character, like these like the characters that we just barely met, have known, and just in one episode, one chapter, whatever it may be, to actually get us invested in these characters, do great introduction. The design is so different of each of these characters and their own personality. So I want to give her props to the creator herself. So props to her. She knows how to write a good source material.
I want to add that somehow all the other pillars were really impressed of how Tanjiro was able to headbutt the wind guy. And like, they were all so impressed. Like, wait, he was able to touch him, even with just no arms, no, like his legs are like tied up behind, like just ran up.
And how tired he is still. I mean, she did heal him, I think, before that. So
yeah, slightly, but he still had broken ribs and everything. I'm like, dude, how do you get up? Like me, I get tired just from just doing too much work nowadays. Before back then, I used to play sports for a good 12, 13 hours. Now I can't even do that probably.
I mean, like, maybe it's that 15-year-old kid blood in him.
But no, this I don't know, solid episode. But Demon Slayer has been incredible all season. So
this is great.
Good.
All right, guys, let's move on to Dr. Stone episode 9.
My man Jin showed up, and I was happy. My man Jin, they did a great introduction. The way they came in to about to kill him and everything, and they did such a good job of his animation side. So I was very happy about that. So me, as a fan of Dr. Stone, as one of my favorite summer animes myself, I really enjoyed this episode, and they did Jin himself justice. So I was very proud of that.
Dr. Stone has been just exactly what it should be. Fun.
Yep.
That's literally it. It should be 100% fun, and it has been that. It's interesting to watch, and it's fun. Like that's it. I know I can watch Dr. Stone and laugh a little bit. That's guaranteed. In most cases, there'll be episodes where there's no laughter, but most of the time you're laughing and having a good time. So yeah,
I actually kind of at the same time, I don't know if I could trust Gen, mainly because he's kind of like a con artist, where he always wants to be the best in both situations, and he can either sell out Senku, or he can just protect Senku and wait to the final moment when he got the best technology he have, and he could be a part of it, or else go with the army with the all military power or army strength from what's his name again? The other guy that tried to kill Senku, Shishio. Yeah, Shishio. Sorry, which he's making his own army of resurrecting, like basically only the children and anybody who would follow him in his army with strength and stuff like that. Which I'm really questioning. Was Shishio the one that brought him back? Or
yes, he's the one that brought Gen back. But the one thing I will say about Gen is that he's the type of person you will meet or know that he's an opportunist. That's his definition of his character. He's an opportunist to find what's the best thing for his choice to live, to survive, to be in this world, and where would be the best choice. To be with Senku, who's a scientist and who will bring him his best ambition, or to be with Susuka and do the most less work possible and be with any woman or taking what he calls harem.
Yeah, I saw that part.
And he's an opportunist. That's his definition of his character, and that's what I like about him. He's
I'm also wondering what's Shishio's benefit for waking up Gen is what I'm wondering though.
Is of his skill. He knows how to convince people, and he knows how to manipulate people.
I mean, you said it right. He's a con artist, so
yeah. That is a very useful skill of how to trick people if you want to be taking over the world, just like what Susuka is trying to do.
I see that. And then I want to bring up the whole how they brought up the electricity. No, magnets into the world, which that was very impressive.
And one thing I'm going to add is that, of what you just said, Sam, I love how they bring real world knowledge about our actual scientists into this anime, about all these science of terms and stuff like that. It's really nice to actually see this in an anime, not just science fiction, but real stuff in this. So it's really nice to see it.
Because I definitely agree. Because it looks amazing. Now Senku created light. Well, not exactly a light bulb, but you've created light. Now you can. That
was a very impactful moment. It was really cool. I really liked that moment. It was gorgeous. I really liked it. I was like, these people also know how to tell a story. Like, this is good.
And it also brought up the big opening of the opening song where it's like, oh, good morning world. Like, that's a light in the darkness. It's like, damn, that's cool. That is good. Cool.
It was good.
Agreed.
And animation was spot on. Definitely, for sure.
Yes.
All right.
Facial expressions. They get better and better. Trust me.
Those were good too. When Gen was had to do the whole gas pump and stuff.
Yes. Like Rachel said, the facial expressions in this series is definitely breathtaking. I'll give it that.
And then the whole Senku was he allergic to something? Because apparently his face.
Yes, he had a reaction to one of the chemicals that he was using.
Yeah.
It was the shield coating, I believe it was.
And then I don't know if what he was talking was supposed to be a.
It was more for comedic effect, but
okay. Was it from any other anime for that comedic effect, or?
It doesn't ring a bell for me.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure about that either.
But yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Fire Force episode 8.
Ray, take away for this, because I know that you have a lot of things to say for this episode.
This was my favorite episode so far of all of Fire Force. I mean, Fire Force has been it's been pretty good. Like I said, it's been a slow burn, but it's been a good burn all the way through. But it's been an incline of how good it is, I think. And this episode was like, wow, yeah. Shinra, they're really building him up to be a really like he's a hero. That is what he is. And there's a lot of shitty people in this world, and they are like they're building them up really well too.
They are.
Which is really good. Like it's you have to have that balance of those, and they're doing a really good job of that. I think. Now we're getting into the part where it's about to get real. I think. And now that we know that this is how it's happening, and this is what they're trying to do, and yeah, that was messed up.
I'm scared. I'm scared what's gonna happen next episode. Like, it's just that to actually see the first division do that to the kids and everything, I felt baffled. Like, I felt not the word of scared. It's just like that's just some messed up torture to these kids that never asked for this. They were just
they've been did they tell us how many other groups of kids have been doing too? They told us about the one other group of kids that it happened to. Yeah. But I think it's been happening for a while.
And it's crazy. It's literally like it all happened at once. And it sucks that when you grew up with friends and then you enter the first division and you had a feeling it was one of your own, and to actually capture your own friend that betrayed you, it hurts you inside. Like when the dude with the headphones saw the picture of him and his friends, it like, damn, why did you turn dark? Like
it's like what happened, basically. Like so I'm hoping that's what we learn next episode is how he got here.
Yeah, most likely a flashback, and also we got a reveal of the division that's actually the bad guy. Like it's like the group. So now we know a group that's actually is doing this. It's not just it is not just a random people. It's an actual group. So I'm really intrigued now.
And
I like it.
It's so twisted where that lieutenant, his own sense of weird justice, was like try to make the evolution of Infernos.
Yes, Infernos.
And it's like so weird where one kid who finally found the reaction, he didn't burn up. Somehow his eyes just turned red. Like some people from the people who are third generation, like.
We were wondering if that made him like a fire soldier.
Yeah,
he kept saying something about the pilot light, which was super interesting.
Yeah, but what's the goal of that? So I'm intrigued. Like, I wish James could actually say like to try to give us a hint. Like, what's the goal that they're trying to go for? Like, why are they trying to get these kids to have the bug inside them and actually control the Inferno instead of dying? So I'm really intrigued about that. Like, what is the point? Like, what's the end goal for them? What's the end game?
What's so messed up is that boy was the only survivor out of all the people that got experiment throughout the entire years, and that was just sick. And then how he was treating the girl, like just like I was gonna put the blame on you, like make it seem like an accident.
I felt so bad for her because she really did look up to him. She really admired him. He was somebody that she definitely looked up to.
I felt bad
in her face that when like she like was broken after that she like this person that she legitimately looked up to turned out to be the worst thing ever.
And she just said, somebody saved me. Like, she lost all hope. And the Shinra came in, with the Phoenix type of wings came beautiful. Out.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So we're going to talk about his Shinra sense.
Thank you. I kept asking that in my video. Like, what?
I feel like we saw that one time before and it was so much faster, but this time it was so much more pronounced.
And also, they did it about 3 times in that episode, right, guys?
So. Yeah, they did it at least once or twice, but maybe 3 times.
First time was during the beginning, where before the guy turned into an Inferno, like
you're right.
Put an insect into him. Yeah, he felt the shake on his leg, and then like, what the hell was that? And then he just saw this mysterious guy walk wobbly, and then he got the insect that bit into them, and then became the Inferno.
So what I'm hoping we don't find out is that's how they all got their powers. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that's not how it happened, because
that'd be so messed up.
That would suck.
But then like it wouldn't make sense when it comes to Princess Ibana, because I'm pretty sure they kind of admit that the kids in the church, they were the reason that they turned into infernals and got killed and everything like that.
Well, probably for her, most likely because
she technically had to be way before that incident, though.
So, I mean, I don't know. So, like, I think there's people who were born with their fire powers, and then there were people who wanted fire powers but didn't get them, and so they found a weird way to get them through. I want to know where these bugs are. These demon bugs? Are they from the devil? Like, are they from hell? Like, where do these bugs come from? This is what I want to know. Like, so that means that there are fire monsters out there somewhere that exist that aren't just like these people turned into monsters. They're fire monsters that exist, I think.
That's what I'm curious to know if the Joker is working with that dude as well. Like, if are they all part of the same?
I think so. I think so.
Like, are they all working with the same guys? The same.
But it would be kind of wild if there was like multiple like bad guy groups, kind of like there are multiple fire teams. That'd be crazy.
But again, though, like going back into Miguel, like what would be the point? Why create more Fire Force soldiers if you're gonna turn them into like infernos? Like, won't that even decrease more of your population? Won't you eventually get so many more people? Won't you bring humanity to extinction like this? Like, is this just to bring evolution to a new side? There's so many theories you could put into this, but eventually they will tell us more answers later on. But I am more curious to see what's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. I want to move on to the next one. Let's go with Vinland Saga Episode 9.
Vinland Saga Episode 9 was freaking intense, for the animation. Which studio knows how to do itself? This episode animation remind me of when,
Wasn't it good?
It was good. It reminded me of when my dude Levi versus Kenny the first time. That's the animation of how quick they were with Levi running around. The same thing when it was my dude.
So good.
It was intense. My dude was like a Hulk.
Like,
so you know what? I can't wait until these dudes get their ass whooped because of how they keep treating my boy Thorfinn. Hey, Thorfinn, you go, you gonna get whooped, but whatever. It's making you stronger, but you getting whooped every time. I can't wait till they get theirs. I cannot wait until somebody come and whoop their ass. I can't wait.
Dead ass be like, and if you somehow get his head, yeah, I'll fight you again.
I want to see Ashkelon actually struggle and actually fight for real, because we saw him fight against Thor, but not really actually fight for real. He was just fighting just for amusement. I want to see him actually fight for his life and actually see him actually with actual skill, like
Thorko?
Huh?
No, Ashkelon.
Ashkelon? Oh God, yeah. So we'll see that, I'm sure. We're gonna get that.
That's what I'm that's what I'm striving for. Like, I want to see him actually struggle, like see his actual sword skill, not just him like, you could do better.
Since we saw our Thors, basically best him, so we saw that happen. We saw him fight against somebody who he couldn't beat, and so he had to cheat to win. I'm sure we'll get to see him with a fight, because what I'm worried is going to happen is that by the time he's like, yeah, kid, I'll let you fight me, is that he'll be too old, and it's going to be not a solid victory for our boy Thorfinn, and it's going to suck. And he's going to be like, you were an old, brittle man, and this wasn't even worth it. And he's going to be like, well, look at how strong you are now. And he's going to be like, you son of a bitch. I can see that happening. He's going to be like, yeah, I made you do all of this, and look at how strong you are. You're the strongest warrior, blah, 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 blah. So that's going to happen, and he's going to die.
I mean,
he's going to be upset, but be like, I guess I understand.
I mean, if you remember episode 4, he's like, hey, Thor, why don't you just join my crew, join my army and stuff like that. And like, I'll basically spare everybody else and stuff. But apparently it wasn't going to happen. Thor didn't want to work for them and stuff like that. How about this? I'll throw my life. You just leave everybody alone and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I guess this was his next best thing, was literally to have Thorfinn to work for him. Since he's the son of Thor, he should have at least inherit some of his skills or something, which we see it.
But speaking about the army, though, is that they left 1,000 soldiers to fight against London Bridge, but also with that prince. So I'm curious to know, because they really trying to build this prince up. So I really want to see.
Yep, been real secretive about this prince.
Yeah, they're very secretive about it, and they don't really show a full image. They do a lot of silhouette shots. So I'm really curious to see how this person fights and everything like that.
What I'm thinking is that that's not actually that prince, and that's why that guy keeps freaking out. And when people find out it's not actually that prince, they're going to be pissed. I feel like that prince died, and they replaced that guy who's been freaking out every time, is like he replaced him with somebody else. And so I'm like, that's maybe what it is.
Would it be a curveball. If somehow, even though the prince has no experience in fighting, he's somehow like really well experienced with, like, not experienced, but more of an expert without having to try.
That's what I'm thinking. I think somebody killed the prince and he replaced him with somebody else. And if he actually has to fight, then they'll know it's not the prince. I don't know. That could be something stupid like that, but it also could just be that, yeah, this prince sucks. And they're like, well, if he goes out there, everybody will be demoralized.
Because I'm thinking he's like Goodwill Hunting. Like he's just naturally good. He just doesn't need experience in that sort of way.
And that's completely possible with this show because they've shown us some ridiculous stuff. Thorkel is basically picking up the giant telephone poles and defending the entire bridge by himself was nuts.
My dude literally just kept battering. I'm like, my dude just throwing lock for no problem.
Like, why do y'all suck so much? I want a challenge. That's why I joined the enemy team.
And then my dude said, wait, England, why are you leaving? No.
Oh no, I'm telling you, I love Vinland Saga. I'm so happy that y'all started watching this because I remember when I watched the first 2 episodes and I was hooked. I was like, this is good, and it still is. So
I'm still wondering about the relationship between Dorkel and with Thorfinn itself, because I actually thought, like, since the first name started with Thor, maybe they're somehow related or something.
His uncle. Can we all agree that's his uncle?
There's a chance. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. A or B? A, he's his uncle, or B, they're somehow related? Yeah,
like a cousin or something. Like, right, possibly.
So possibly. I'm going for more A. You, Sam?
I feel it's more he's his uncle, or somehow one way or another, because he doesn't seem to mind that he cut off his fingers and stuff like that. But again,
I just don't think that he cares about that at all.
Oh no, my man took a knife through his arm and be like, "Okay, I got you now." Like, wait,
he literally did the Hulk. Went back left with Loki.
Looked like it, but see that, you know, the Loki. Like, think about it though. If you think about that didn't even look. It looked comical in the comic movie. That looked like it hurt. Every single time I was like, oh, every single time.
Shoulder, and then when my dude actually asked him, "Hey, so you're gonna stay there, right? You're not gonna come with us?" My literally dude was struggling, put his shoulder back, and then limp on the side with Ashkelad soldiers. And
he don't want nobody's help.
I was like, "Damn, Thorfinn, I feel bad for you, my kid."
I constantly feel bad for Thorfinn.
Like, I get it. It was your life choice to do this route. I just continue to. I just want to give you a knife, or like, here's a gun. Here's a gun. Here's a machine gun. Here's a cannon. Just have something. I feel bad for him.
Nope, because that's not his warrior way. Because he rather fight nobly, like just fight a real warrior's fight.
I can't wait to see where the show goes. Like, it's been phenomenal. I love Vinland so much.
I think that's really. It's nice to see Thorfinn to at least keep going after. He has a lot of guts, definitely, for sure, and so much strong willpower to just keep going.
Got a lot to prove. So yeah,
like, I've never seen any character has this much vengeance into him. Like,
and like a lot of people be like, "Oh, but Eren," and I'm like, "Yeah, Eren had vengeance, but not on the level of Thorfinn." I think Thorfinn is literally, this is all that drives him. Eren at least had Mikasa and Armin.
Mm-hmm.
Thorfinn has nobody.
He's by himself. This is pure vengeance.
But we could compare them, but not say they're the same.
Exactly.
They're similar character and traits, and but they didn't come from the same background or the same revenge route. Because Thorfinn lost his father, who barely had a relationship, and knew anything about him. Same thing as Eren, but he's by himself. Eren had 2 people beside him as a support system. Thorfinn has nobody.
Like I said, this is like if they had captured Eren from the start and were raising. He was working with the people who killed his mom. He thought. So
yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I also want to bring up the point where he's good trained now. He knows the target places of where to cut off, like the neck, the back, the legs. And then what's so insane
was strong battle sense, yeah.
Like, he threw himself into the ocean, even with the whole dislocated arm, broken ribs. He's just swam all the way up to the land. I was like, Jesus, man, he got some guts. He got some strength.
That's the reason Ashkelad does what he does, because to give him that war experience.
Even more, exactly, more battle experience is what he wants him to have.
So he don't have to train himself because he knows that he's going to continue to tag along. That's why he throws him first. Like, let's see if you survive. You survive, you got some new skills in hand. If you don't, You never was meant for it.
Yeah.
And then we revealed that Dorfin, he doesn't really enjoy fighting. He doesn't enjoy battle. He's like, what's so fun about battles and stuff?
Well, he doesn't like war. Like war is pointless to him. He understands that, and he learned that from his father. That finally clicked.
Yes, thank you for saying that. I'm happy he actually realized that, saying that nobody's your enemy is what you choose to believe, and I love that line continues to be inside Dorfin's head.
Which I'm still wondering. Will we have him going after Loki?
I'm waiting for Loki.
Oh no, that will definitely. He will find out. Well, because Askeladd didn't tell him who told him to kill his dad.
I'm waiting for that line to say,
it'll happen. It'll happen.
I never chose to kill your father. I was ordered by your dad's old friend, Loki.
I mean, it feels like he might not tell him the truth, and then I
actually feel like Floki's going to tell him himself, because Floki is an arrogant ass. So
I'm wondering about, like, will he go after the king also too?
We don't. He's gonna think that the king did it. Like they're gonna use this anger to direct him towards the king. I think because the king didn't actually order it.
Isn't the king his grandfather though?
I don't.
Technically, it is. No, because his daughter was Dor's wife.
Yeah.
Yes. So technically, yeah. He doesn't know that.
The same way where Dorfin doesn't know Dorkil could be his cousin or related. Even Dorkil was like, wait, you know Thor? Like, wait.
Exactly.
Like, kid.
And it was the plot thread.
Hey, we could talk about this more later on the line. Kid, go in the water.
No, and then we're like, hey, let's fight again. Like, I can't wait to challenge you again.
But then he called him a warrior. That's the first time he's been called that. So that was pretty lit.
This was interesting topic that we just said. He might be the grandson of the king. So there's something that, by the way, guys, we don't read the manga, so we don't know shit.
Yeah, we are not manga readers, at least for this one. So yeah.
So we are not backed by this, but if somehow this happens, King Dorfin.
Wait. Oh.
That actually sounds good for him. That actually sounds a good name, King Dorfin.
Did I just blow minds?
No, I was thinking about something else. I think if this prince dies,
doesn't that make the next in line Dorfin?
It would make it him. Technically, yes.
Unless the kings have like concubines or something like that.
Me and Ray was thinking the same thing. We're like,
although I don't know if that works, since it would be his daughter's son. So like
blood and hair. But then you don't usually know like if.
Although technically blood is blood, so it would. I think it would still go to him if there's nobody else.
Yeah. This will be interesting to see how it turns out. So I'm really curious because currently the series is still going on. So I think it's 200 chapter or something like that.
Mm-hmm. This could just go on a Game of Thrones route because we get
anything I'd be completely okay with, by the way, and it's kind of been like that.
I used that example too. Like this is feeling like Game of Thrones right here.
I think it did around chapter 14 or something like that. I mean, not chapter.
Episode 14, yeah.
I think it did around there.
Yeah, like way before Vinland started up, I was like, I'm gonna remind it like a male that I forgot her name, but it felt like Game of Thrones. Like the girl that's trying to get revenge her father this entire time. It's like the boy. This is like the boy version of it.
Maybe you mean Arya?
Arya, yes, thank you.
Maybe, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I was using that example. Like it's like having a male Arya going for revenge.
Maybe. Yeah, like I can kind of see it.
Yeah. So he'll probably will get his revenge and then some. Moving on, let's head to the next anime, DanMachi Season 2, Episode 8.
The best one of the season.
Legitimately. I was like, finally! Something is happening in this show.
But this episode was freaking great. I hate to admit it. And like, I understand, like, they're really building up, but I feel like they rush it. I feel like this should have been 2 arcs, or this anime should have been 2 cores this season. But this episode was good, and I'm happy it was at least enjoyable. So that's one thing I'm really proud of.
There was so much in this episode, but it was so well done, finally. We got to learn about what the actual, like... is. Like, I was like, thank God. But I think I don't want to say that I predicted this, but I think I did predict this a while back. That they wanted to get rid of Freya. Mm-hmm. And that would open up this possibility for them to not just become the strongest familiar, but also allow them to
take over
their actual powers, and take over. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But now that we know that, God, I forget the Fox girl's name.
Harumi or something.
I think so. I think
Harumi.
So they literally just want to kill her because she's a power-up type.
And like,
but also it spreads the whole guild that power, not just one person at a time.
Exactly, because they'll use the killing stone to shatter her soul essentially and like consume it, so they all have it. Yeah,
it spreads it, and then they go an all-out war. And they said, "Yo, but what I felt bad for the underling though. She felt jealous and envy of Harumi and how she never showed any emotion."
Yeah, that story was nuts.
Actually, like, not that I was gonna cry during my reaction, but I was dead. I was like, okay, that actually got me. Where like the definition is they did a rape her, broke her mentally, physically, and then she cannot disobey any order she's given. Like, and I feel bad for her. Like, hearing that, I'm like, damn. No wonder you said, if you want to take it, fight the Ishtar family. We will fight you. We will fight Freya family. We'll fight anybody. I have to do what my master tells me. I'm like, yo, that sucks.
That was very emotional.
It was an emotional scene, and they did it. They did the cutscenes well. Not too much stagging, not too much pacing. They did a nice pacing in this episode, and I was very happy about that.
There were so many impactful moments into this episode, especially when Belle got locked up and oh my god, that
because she was actually gonna rape him and kill him.
Definitely. Yeah,
he was actually screaming for his life. He was like,
he was terrified, as he should have been. That was, and I'm like, that was intense.
That is very intense.
Ugly as fuck.
Because this show, I'm like, this show has like literally just, there's no in between. There's just a mild and an extreme in this show. And this was
it's been like this.
So I was like, that was nutty. I was like, oh my god, this got real quick. Okay.
You are right about that, right? Because when I think about the first arc of the season, your man Apollo was also a creep. So
he's very much a creep.
Yeah. So it was definitely wild then to extreme. So the first arc was definitely wild. Now it's definitely to extreme. So I definitely agree with your sentiment there.
Yeah, I mean, and the stakes are a lot more mature now. You know what I'm saying? It's always been kind of like pervy mature, but now it's like, no, this is like
real problems, but done well. Just not great pacing, but done well though.
Right.
What's so crazy is I read the side story chapter recently, and wow, there was so much more background information.
Oh, I bet.
Of what Ishtar Familia has. They're not just using the Godstone killing and the whole sacrificing the fox girl. So they have.
Send me the screenshots, and it was more build up.
They have a bigger army now.
I might just read it because this seems like it'd be far more interesting to read, to be completely honest with you.
Oh yeah, no, for real, it really is.
Because like this is a good, this has the potential in the groundwork to be a very good story. Because we see glimpses of it, so I know it exists.
It's really connecting really well with the side story too, because you actually learn every other characters from the Loki familia. Like you learn from Eyes, you learn about the twins, you learn about Wolf, you learn about a good amount of people within that side story, and it's nuts.
And I agree with what Sam said, that he showed me a good 3 pages of what was the background, and it was very fascinating on what to show, and to actually see that the Ishtar Familia, Ishtar herself is really like going in to take out Freya. Like she's going to look for anybody to actually help and assist with the Amazons and stuff like that. So she's not holding back to take out Freya. She has a grudge, and it makes me want to read the manga sometime this week or next week to actually get to know to the bottom of this, of why she's really that into against Freya.
And like we already know that Freya has the top level 7 on Toro, the big dude with 2 blades and stuff. And like that, I'm really interested in like how well can a level 7 fight against other level 5s or 4s or whatever and stuff like that. And I don't know if it's gonna be one-sided, but this guy can also do damage, and we also know that Freya has a lot of like her own like ambus, her own like spies and agents and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And it still could be a coin flip. I don't know if they'll be able to take down Freya because she does have we don't know how exactly strong is the Freya Familia is.
Well, it's technically the top one in Ontario, but we won't see because there's only about 3 more episodes of this season, if I'm correct.
No, we're not able to see it.
There's about 4 more episodes of this season. So we will see what happens with the Easter family against the Freya. So we will see if she's more involved. So we won't know until the end of the season and where we can discuss more about it to see if this was actually a good season overall.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Well, hopefully they use up the rest of this arc. Use up the rest of these 4 episodes to make it great, and make a good ending, so that way people who invested the season 2 make it so that have a more satisfying feeling. Okay, the beginning was a little slow, but that ending was fantastic and it was more fun, and that's what's going to keep us. That's going to want us to continue for season 3.
Agree.
All right, let's move on to a very emotional, very powerful anime of the summer season, to the Vinland Sacred Beast episode 10.
Well, tell me you guys first, because I saw the episode and I did it on the YouTube side, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts first.
Right?
This episode was, and I feel like we've said this almost about every single one. Almost. Like this was also the best episode of this show so far. I feel like the most powerful emotionally. The animation was hitting in all the right spots. It was great. Shawl has finally come into her own, which is amazing. I was like, I've been waiting for this. This is what I wanted. So, she stepped up and it was great. And God, it was just, everything hit just right in this episode, I think. Hank, we went through the ringer with Hank in this episode. And I'm like, I feel for this character so hard. Like, I feel for Tanjiro. I feel for, everybody else, but I feel for Hank. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel so bad for Hank. God, I love it. But I hate that I love it so much, because it's just like, I don't want to. It's just this character is having such a hard time, man. I want to root for him all the time.
For me, I feel like I could relate to Hank the most, not because of me going to the army or anything like that. It's just that, and it's an adult understanding that you've been betrayed as a friend, and we can all say that somebody has been betrayed by a friend at one point, at one time in our life, and to understand that you just have to have an oath of morality. Is that thing when it comes to Tanjiro stuff, we haven't fought demons, like, so we can't really compare it to him. We could say like, yo, that's some crazy thing that he's doing to fight demons for his sister, that's some dope shit. But to understand that Hank's point of view, most people could understand that type of perspective. And that's what I love about Hank in this story for him, because it's really like, it rips your heart out to actually understand. Like, he literally asked Shao, can you kill me if I go dark? And that's some really deep stuff that he said though.
I couldn't agree more. And even though we keep saying each episode gets better and better, it really does. And even though Hank experienced one of the most harshest characters who's ever experienced of anything, having to go through PTSD, his girlfriend getting killed, being betrayed by his friends, his army buddies, everybody that around him, and Shao became his only hope when it came to like, oh my God, you're still alive. Like, there's some small redemption within my life, and I'm glad it's you. But then again, I come to the thought where one day I'm going to lose my human instinct. I'm going to lose human control. But when that happens, I found someone who can handle the problem, and it was Shao.
Not only that, it's also that will remember me as the human that I was, and not the beast that I'm going to become.
And that was the most powerful. That was a powerful speech, and that eyes that he made. I was like, oh man, that's the eyes of a.
That episode was so good. It's so good. To me, it did everything right for this show. I know a lot of people aren't watching this because it's slower paced, it's more emotional, but it's got the action, it's got the music, it's got. Because to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, this show has the best outro of all of the shows this season. All of them. It's got the best outro.
I'll have to give it to Fire Force ending. I like it a bit more.
I can't give it to because this Fire Force is second. Fire Force has the second best music of all the shows this season. But To the Abandoned Sacred Beast is the first one that has the best opening and outro to me. Like they are so good, and they fit the show perfectly. So it's like I don't know, they just do everything right. But no, second is definitely Fire Force. Fire Force songs, they just slap. They're so good. But man, this episode was so good. I personally, I loved it. I think it was almost. I mean, of everything we watched, I think it was almost my favorite of all of the shows this week.
I do agree.
I think it's my favorite. Yeah.
It's also nice that we also learn the history of Roy, the other werewolf.
They do. So you know how Demon Slayer's been doing a really good job of humanizing their demons?
They do the same thing here.
They do the same thing with the beast. Exactly. And I'm like, oh my God, they do such a good job because the story about Roy was phenomenal. It was so good.
Technically, he was just a regular soldier, but he was so badly injured, and they decided to experiment him. I was like, wait, what?
So when we finally got to see that process just a tiny bit, and it looks excruciating.
The octopus type of warming.
That was not okay. I never do this. I like pulled it back a bit because I'm like, did I just see what I just saw? Because that looks terrifying and terrible. And I was like, yep.
My dude was screaming pain. Like, why are you doing this? And like,
to that excruciating pain where you want to die. Like, just kill me now. Like, oh my God, no. And then his new hope was Hank. And I was like, hey, you good, man? You back? Like, you're going back to the light of the living. And like you're... Yeah.
No lie, their chemistry as a wolf and a hound dog is beautiful.
It was good.
Like they both counted each other as two animals and stuff like that. So that's some beautiful shit. Like, and I love what you brought up, Ray, about like Demon Slayer and the show do great kind of story background of the character in such a short time. Like a whole episode, they just do 10 shots, 10 scenes, show you, make you understand and feel, and that's right. And I love that it doesn't make you a whole Naruto filler arc where they show his father and why is he the white hair guy? Like, okay, no, we don't need that.
So I mean, I guess what it is, I feel like the reason why I'm enjoying To the Band of Sacred Beast so much is because they set it up so well. You met these characters at the start as normal people who happen to be turned into these beasts, and then they turned into the bad guys, and it sucked because you saw what these people were before that happened.
Agree.
And I was like, oh. So this show it gets me, and people might be mad at me at the end of the year when I say that this might have been my favorite anime of the year. I'm serious. Like, I've loved Demon Slayer. I've loved Fire Force. I've loved Dr. Stone. But at the end of the year, if this ends the way I think it might end, it could be my favorite anime of the year.
Hopefully this is in my top 10. Hopefully. And I hope it's number at least 7 through 10.
I mean, we've watched a lot of good anime this year, but there is a chance that just everything this one has done, it could be my number one.
I think what last impactful of how like he had to kill Roy with the gun. The moment he turned human, one more time, say that one more to me, like Roy.
He said his name one more time. Yeah, I was like, oh,
just to say that you're still human. I was like,
yeah,
because my dude put a whole fist inside his fucking stomach.
Yo, when I saw that, I was like, God damn,
dude! Not even through his stomach. He went through the tree as well.
Through the tree.
Like Jesus.
I was like, that fight was nasty. So I'm like, oof. That fight between him and Kane is gonna be nasty. I can see it now.
It was so well visualized and well animated. Like they really like it felt you like the soldiers.
You saw two beasts fighting. Yes, it was insane.
Like, this is what the fight of an incarnate is.
They're like, let's not get involved in this because we'll all die.
You guys ever watch Underworld? Well, this is actually so much better than that.
Yes. Yes.
I think that last moment when he said, like, can you tell me a little bit about Roy? Like, he was a happy guy. And I think you would have been you and him could have been great friends because he
was talking about her picture.
Yeah. Exactly.
I was like, oh God. So it was good. Oh, so good.
Even one last thing, even though we're gonna talk about it later, but this reminded me of storyline and well written of character and build up. Cheat Hero. The way it makes you feel the characters in the
fair enough. Yeah.
12 episodes, well, 10 episodes we have seen, but 12 episodes only, and it's such well written. It's the same thing like the writer Shiro did for 24 episodes, I think was it? And such well
done. Just with Naofumi though, think about that. They did that with one character in Shield Hero.
Yeah,
Imagine how they done that with the whole cast of Shield Hero.
Oof.
Imagine how much we already love Shield Hero, but imagine how much better Shield Hero would have been had they done this style with that show.
I think it'd be great. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of really hoping they do have a season 2 for To the Abandoned
Hopefully
Sacred
they do.
Beast. I really don't want them to create a different ending.
I'm kind of worried that they will.
And I kind of hope I'm okay if they throw me in the cliffhanger thing where they don't give you the entire ending or review.
Yeah, they kind of leave it up to your interpretation.
Mhm.
Like I kind of want something like that too for this show because I feel like this one should just have a natural end. Honestly.
Yes.
Yeah, agree. Like if it's not gonna get season 2 because of not many people watching it, not many people talking about it. Like you guys said, hopefully it gives a very ambiguous ending of who dies, Hank or Kane, and we just see a sunset with Shao with her father's tomb, and that's it. We'll be like, we don't know what happened, but it's us for us to interpret it. Cool, thank you guys.
Exactly. I'm okay with that. Yeah, So maybe we'll see. We'll see.
2 more episodes.
Let me ask you guys: do you think Hank is gonna die by the end of this the series?
There is a really strong chance that he does.
I'll give it 50-50. That's it.
Yeah, I could kind of see that 50-50. Yeah.
I could see him like dying in the end too. Like he's just the last incarnate to die for us. But man, really good, very good. All right, guys, let's do a quick recap of what else we've been watching and what else we've been reading.
Well, watching, I will go first since I'll be saying that I watched the latest episode of Afrueta. I like this episode a lot because he met up with his teacher and he had a little nice one-on-one conversation, and he was upfront about it. And like I said, as there's 4 episodes left, can't wait to finish the 4 episodes so I can read the manga and see. But I'm still enjoying the gun anime. And then I start to watch Soul Eater, the previous predecessor of Fire Force. And slow build. The prologue of the first couple episodes of Soul Eater really took long. I was gonna drop it, but since I know that Sam told me that this anime is good, and I think Ray and James as well, so that's why. Hey, if my 3 co-hosts say that is good, I have to trust them and just stay with Soul Eater. And then I'm up to episode 14. I'm enjoying the characters.
If you want, the manga is actually really good too. There's some twists and turns that the anime never touched.
I will jump into it after I watch the 51 episodes of Soul Eater. My favorite character is actually Soul. He's my favorite character so far because Soul reminds me of a badass dude that is also trying to be, a good sweetheart. And then the most funniest character is
Black Star.
No, not Black Star. He's annoying as hell. He pisses me the fuck up. Black Star. He's pretty pissed about. He trying to act like big shot. I'm like, no, you literally cannot capture a soul, my guy. Like how literally, it's Kid. I think it's Kid, right?
Kid. Okay, yeah, Def the Kid.
Yeah, Def the Kid. I love him because he's me when I'm home. If you guys ever have been to my house, which most of you guys have not, but Sam has, but you guys can understand the rest of what I'm gonna tell you. I like to have things asymmetrical. You can say I like to have things even and neatly with my bed sheets. I like to have it all correctly. So I can understand Jeff the Kid. So I can understand that if I leave the house and I feel like something is misplaced or not where it's supposed to be, it will be stuck until I get home or come back and make sure it's there. So I can understand for Jeff the Kid where it's coming from. So I can definitely understand where he is. But that's what I've been watching.
Well, Def the Kid loves the whole perfectly balanced. Like one side needs to match the other, even though his haircut doesn't look like it, which is funny, was kind of funny. But the thing was, I thought you'd be more interested in how he actually uses his weapons, his handguns. He uses his pinkies to shoot.
He has to have both of them at the same time. If he has one, he cannot use them, no matter if he's in a bad situation. And I love that. He's like, I will have a nosebleed. No, I cannot use you. We have to run. That's currently the current episode I'm watching right now, where he has one right now, and the other one is captured or something like that. So I love how that's going on right now. Where it's like, so he rather die than rather use one because it's asymmetrical. Reading my dude. Okay. It's been nice.
I don't know if you got to that part. Where did you get to the part where Tsubaki fights his brother?
Yes. That was really nice episode, very emotional, so very well done written as well for that episode, so it was very good. And I could see the similarity between this and plus Fire Force, like the whole animation, the story, and the depth part. So I really like it how he kept it consistent. sadly, that Kishimoto cannot do the good similarity between his predecessor and do it better because Samurai is trash. Still, I will still say that no matter how many people will try to say it on Twitter, say that's good.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, that's all I've been watching. How about you guys?
Ray?
Still watching Sinful Gear. I put JoJo on hold to watch more Sinful Gear, and then I'm watching some other redacted anime that I'm not gonna talk about. LOL.
Oh, interesting stuff off the air then.
I've been reading a lot of manga, and it was just to catch up.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, guys. Just if you want to know what I've been reading, you could just check out my Twitter, and I literally go to my account. I think you have about maybe almost 50 posts about mangas of what I just finished reading.
Check the anime lately _Twitter, and you will see a picture to by the time this is posted Thursday, but you'll see a picture on Wednesday of where I'll post a picture of a close-up shot of his tabs. But if you click on it, you will see a whole long tab.
Mm-hmm.
That's real, and all of them have different mangas, and I read them.
Every single of them, and I don't know how he doesn't go insane that those tabs are uneven and everything like that. And then I open out, and it's just so many freaking questions. I hate it when he goes on my computer. He opens like 25 tabs.
Hey, you're learning to open more tabs now too, so you're.
I don't open them not like you do, my man. Do not.
You'll soon you will.
Wait, do you open that many tabs?
No, because I like my computer. I treat my computer with respect, Sam.
What's max of tabs do you open, Ray? How many max?
I mean, I've had a lot. I do a lot of like website work, so I mean, sometimes I can have like 20 tabs open. Sometimes.
Okay, that's good. 20 tabs, I think is fine. Yeah. He had about 50 fucking tabs open in one browser.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's kind of because I don't like to have to search all the way back. Like, oh, like this got updated. Okay, I gotta search this, search back, all like to update just to figure out like what manga's out and what ready. Yep, that's why I'm the manga man.
Well, other than that, Ray, have you been reading anything else? One Piece, Black Clover, anything?
No, I have been kind of on hold. That was kind of what I was going to do this week. So, give me some time. Next episode, I might be talking about some more One Piece and maybe Spy Family.
Oh, nice. Speaking about Spy Family, I was just saying the one thing I've been reading. I actually caught up to 2 chapters. Now I'm 3 chapters behind, and Spy Family continues to be good. The story, the art, I'm happy. And by next week, I'll be starting Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen finally. I already made the video for it, and it'll be posted by Thursday. So you guys will be seeing the videos on the same day of this podcast for Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. So can't wait for you guys to see it. So I'm very excited to start reading them. Other than that, that's it.
I've also been all I've really watched was the if it's for my daughter, like I would kill Demon Lord anime. Because I always need some kind of slice of life, especially when I watched Abandoned Sacred Base. Okay, I need something happy in my life. I'm sorry. It was a little emotional. I watched something to help purify. I'd be like, there's some hope for the world in that sort of way. But yeah, still good. Still consistent. I also watched the Mom anime too.
By the way, how is that? Because I kind of paused on that. How's the Mom anime?
Still it's not much with the whole son and mom relationship thing, but other parent relationship.
See, Ray, you can continue watching it.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. Just I'll take the hit for us.
Oh, I forgot. I also sorry. You made me think about. I was like, nope, that's real bad. What was that? What's something good in my head I can counterbalance that with? I started watching Cannon Busters. I think is what it's called.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I kind of like it. I'm only 2 episodes in, but I'm like, I like this. This is all right.
It's very humor. The cast is very well.
Yeah, I like the characters. They're fun.
Sam annoyed me a lot. No offense.
Hey, I didn't do nothing.
but she does grow on you, so I like about that. And the opening is really good, even though Ray don't agree with it. But
it's all right. I didn't say it was bad. It's okay. Like it is okay. Like it's like it's a little bit of a bop, but that's it.
It's a good Bob. I be playing that shit at work. I'd be like, let's go. Little dancing to a little jazz pop right there.
No, I was like, it's all right. It is.
All right, guys, let's move on to our news.
And
LOL.
Mario Kart Tour smartphone games video reviews September 25th launch.
Buy a Nintendo Switch.
I thought isn't this for smartphone? The game.
Yeah, this is for smartphones. Yes, buy a Nintendo Switch and play Mario Kart on Switch.
That was going for like, so guys, you guys would really rather download a game of Mario Kart where you could just buy and play on your Nintendo Switch? Like, really? Like, the game looks cool, but it's just the whole finger thing and then trying to drift it and everything. Like, just get the Nintendo Switch and just drift it with your own controller. And it's literally a good investment because you get Mario Odyssey, you get Astro Chain that my man Ray Apollo is playing right now. I'm so jealous.
In a bundle? All of that in a bundle?
No.
Oh, wait, what kind of bundle? I would take that bundle.
I am not a salesman right now for and I would love it if you guys sponsor us Nintendo, but we're too small for you guys. But hopefully one day
no. We're not that small. Nintendo, what's up?
Well, we can do it. We can all promote. We got your connects.
What's your number?
But yeah, I mean, I don't think not everyone can afford Switch and a smart and add the games for it.
The graphic looks cool. I wonder if you could also do horizontal. So I'm really curious about that. If you could also flip it, but if it's only vertical, cool for people. Do you know what the game reminds me of? The Subway Surfer for some apparent reason. Like, you know, the drift going up the train and everything to get the coins and everything. It kind of reminds me of Subway Surfer on a smartphone with just a Mario Kart.
Subway Surfer is so much more simpler than this.
I know, but
way more simpler than this.
Like I said, it reminded me of. I didn't say the same. I just said that it made me, you know, compare a little clicking in the head, a little light bulb, a little ping.
I gotta prefer the Mario Kart animation than the Subway Surfers animation. Oh yeah, of course.
But I'm happy for Nintendo. They do a lot with Pokemon as well. You know, Pokemon Master, I think, came out this past week as well.
Yeah, Masters is out. Let's see. I will say that as far as revenue goes, that the last game that they released was Dr. Mario, and is the worst performing one they've released so far. So we'll see how this goes. But this is Mario Kart. Mario Kart is a far more popular IP than Dr. Mario is. So we'll see. I mean, yes, it'll be something that people probably play for like a day, and then either their iPhones will either automatically delete it off their phone or they'll delete it themselves. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. It looks like Mario Kart that you tap your thumb on and it does stuff. Cool. But just buy a Switch and buy Mario Kart 8.
And question, Ray, it's not a show notes, but did you play Pokemon Masters since it came out?
I did.
What did you think of it? Like,
it is more fun in the Pokemon. It's a Pokemon gotcha game on your mobile phone. It's okay. It's the more ways for them to get money out of you for Pokemon, essentially. So, yeah.
Is it a pay to play kind of game?
Yes. You can play it for free, but yeah, you most likely will be spending money on this game. So,
did you spend money already?
I almost did, but my password on my PayPal expired, and so I didn't, and I didn't feel like resetting it that night. So,
I was
close. Technology was like, no.
Yeah, they looked after you.
On a technicality, yes. God was like, Ray, no. And so I didn't spend money then.
All right,
guys. Let's move on to the next line of news. Radiant Anime's second season trailer premieres on October 21st.
This trailer looks cool. Definitely dope. So animation looks cool. Very colorful. Very radiant. I'll give it that. But sucks that I cannot give too much thoughts on it because the only co-host here that I've seen it is James himself.
Yeah, James is the only one who's watched the full first season because I've only watched pieces of it. I haven't watched the full thing. So
I've only watched episode 1. So
and this is like one of those rare animes that actually got 21 episodes in their 2 core season, which is interesting. And
I don't know if I'm wrong, but prove me if I'm wrong real quick. Is that they got the second core almost at the end of the first core. I think they got approved for a couple more episodes. So I think they got approved last minute. I'm not too sure about that. Could be totally wrong. But that's probably why they have 21 episodes and now full 24. Or probably they were smart to do only 21 and not do what Slime did and do 22 or 23 episodes and do like 2 and then do 2 last filler. So maybe that's why they chose the 21 to be smart with the money budget or with the voice cast, something like that. So Who knows?
I'm not even sure because with Slime, apparently those last 2 episodes does count as episodes for their season, so
Oh,
they
they
just
do,
throw ad into it for
but
Radiant.
but
The
there was a
animation looks really nice, and I'm guessing maybe they instead of adding more episodes and downplay the animation, maybe they just better quality animation for Radiant season 1 and just reduce the episodes as usually normally do and made it 21 episodes like that.
yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm just a bit distracted with Ray's dog in the corner.
Yeah,
Oh,
so that,
could you see her?
yeah, we
Yeah, I
see
can
her.
see you. I
Oh,
just been
good.
distracted. I was like, I've been listening to Sam. I'm like, but Ray's dog's so cute, just turning around there.
She is. She's adorable. She's
But
ready
yeah,
to go to bed.
Radiance definitely does look good. Definitely would try to hopefully watch the first season before the new season comes out. Maybe
Same.
me and Sam are probably working on a project to watch it and give you guys a reaction video. But who knows? We'll see.
Maybe.
There's a lot of good animes that came out recently too, such as Carol and Tuesday Part 1 just came out not too long ago. I kind of want to touch. We've been waiting for a long time for it to be on Netflix. So,
Legally on Netflix on the US. So thank you, Netflix of Japan, for passing it over 3 months later. We appreciate that.
and now we're gonna have to wait for Part 2 in the end of November.
Yeah.
What can you do? Let's move on to the next news. Mairimashita, Iruma-kun's TV anime reviews. The trailer, I read the manga. I actually found it entertaining and funny. What I'm really kind of curious is they giving 24 episodes for this anime.
Wait, what? 24?
Yeah, they're giving it
Wow, they're
24
really putting a lot of
episodes.
faith in this because I know I'm not I don't watch it on my own time or take my sweet time on it because this anime reminds me of a mixture of some type of wise man but look better, but hopefully it holds up better than wise man. But it looks cool. I
Well,
don't know.
well,
Looks
it's weird. I wouldn't really say it's an isekai kind of anime because it's literally a boy going into hell and he becomes the grandchild of the demon king because he just wanted kids and he doesn't have a wife, he isn't married. So, but he's just a very nice guy and just I take care of him because he has a poor human life in Earth.
Looks like a fun Halloween timeline type show.
It's very wholesome, actually. It's very, very
Yeah.
wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm all for the slice of life kind of wholesome anime. So, automatically I'm in. Don't have to do like a live reaction review for it. I'm just gonna watch it for fun.
yeah, definitely for it. It looks fun. Well, it looks a good enjoyment. You're gonna turn off your brain type of anime where you just enjoy, kick back, and just enjoy yourself.
Just to laugh a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, speaking of next season's anime, My Hero Academia Season 4's news trailer. It unveils the Blue Encount song, and we saw new cast members.
And I know Ray just ran out, just woke up and be like, "What, my hero? I here."
And
I need my.
yes,
I can't wait. I've been waiting on this and waiting on this and waiting on this, and I'm like, finally, people will like. I'm like, yeah, all this other stuff is great, but now it's time for my hero. Okay.
I'm happy they took a year and some change break because of working on the movie and working on the season of how much the animation looks so much cleaner, so much better, so much of a big difference of how much work they put into this. Actually, it shows how much they actually is going to be the overall whole arc. And I'm very happy about this because how much overall arc is really a lot of action scenes, a lot of close-up shots, a lot of the quirks, shining moments of gunmen and other people. Like, don't want to give spoilers for anime watcher, but this arc will be amazing. And like Ray said, behind the scenes, is that this will solidify how good My Hero is to the anime community, and I'm excited for it.
I can't agree more because it's not just the action, but this is going to be an episode where there's so much more character build for Deku, and it's just more impactful because there's going to be some real consequences.
I mean,
to
and
all
this is like a cornerstone in the universe world building for this show, and it's done really well. And I can say that because yes, I have also been reading the manga for this one. I've already read through this, and it's good. It's real good.
To see the scene, I can't wait to see the emotional part of how Deku and all he does, and with Miro, oh Miro, Night Eye. Oh, Night Eye. All these characters. I just can't wait to get emotional and cry and just be happy about these characters and so many emotions. But yeah, I'm gonna just stay shut before I just spoil something stupidly.
Yes, there's a lot, not just for Deku, there's also a lot of other Class 1A characters get that the build up too. With Red Riot, he gets that build. Technically, the other top three, the other two, well, mainly for Sun Eater. He has
Yeah,
some. He's very cool. He's very.
He's one of the cool. You will find out why
so
he's
cool.
one of the coolest students at UA.
I thought his quirk no lie. I found his quirk at first dumb as hell, but then once he
I
explained,
mean, I think that was the point, though. You made it. Let's not talk about it for the people who haven't seen it.
But I'm just saying, like once we find out this background of this quirk and everything, and once it develop and once it shows throughout those chapters, it shows you like, oh, okay, you're an interesting quirk, not just a stupid one. You're an interesting quirk like my man Mineta. His quirk is stupid, but he don't actually is not useful. So it makes sense. You actually are cool.
It's not about how powerful your quirk is; it's how you use it. So, and they all three of them, Marino proves it. Technically, the other two top three proves it.
Oh yeah, they all prove it this season, so I'm very happy about it. October 12th can't come fast enough.
So, like, September is amazing for video games. October is incredible for anime. Yes.
Can't wait, guys.
This year has been so good.
Like, there's been some real just stupid stuff in 2019, but we've gotten some really good stuff in 2019.
It was a good trade-off. If you ask me, it was a good trade-off.
Maybe.
I felt like it was a good trade-off.
I guess. Maybe.
I'll take it. All right, on to the next news. Aniplex USA. Funimation is going to be screening Rascal Does Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl film in US, in Canada in October. So for those who've watched Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Senpai Girl, the movie is now going to be coming out in the US.
And I'm happy about that. Aniplex, Funimation, and other studios are starting to learn that people actually go out to theaters and actually watch these films, and we don't like to see illegally. Yeah, some people do see illegally, like just like people was looking for One Piece for Stampede, but people will actually go out and see in theater, and I'm excited for it. And thank you, Aniplex and Funimation and other companies that continue pushing it to see in theater. So I really appreciate that.
Well, since you brought it up, I'm actually wondering, like, does anime movies still make back their money when they put it into theaters and have enough people to watch the movie?
Oh yeah,
I think nowadays they do.
That money goes back to the company that first licensed it to go to the to here the US.
Mm-hmm.
But after that shares probably 30-40% goes back to the company that made the movie itself. So it depends on how the contract with Aniplex and for the studios is all about them behind the scenes. But they do get the money back for sure.
I could see that because I know Aniplex. There's the company location here in New York, and I know that there are people who buys the licenses too. And I'm wondering do they make their money's worth being able to put them out into movie theaters? Will people still come out to watch these in theaters and stuff like that? Because I know there are a lot of people who always stream the movies illegally. Like it's an option, may not be the best option because you don't have that movie experience. Because we know that MoviePass kind of brought a lot more people in to go watch movies in theaters and bring back the whole movie experience.
But then what happened? Like, a year and a half later, it went downhill, and then nobody remembers MoviePass or talks about it.
Of course, but then you bring back they reignite the experience of going to the movie theaters and watching a movie. Like they have done that in a way. So now you're gonna eventually at least once or twice a month go to a movie theaters to watch a movie now, better than not having much people to go watch at all.
So let's just hope it continues with going on with like next couple months. Funimation will probably be pushing out the new My Hero movie as well in theater as well. So let's just continue pushing that us anime fans, us as the co-hosts, and also you guys watching us and hearing us, that you should also go out and support these films. Even if you don't watch it, just go see in theater. It helps the company know that we will go out and support this film so they can come out more to the theater.
I can't agree more. Next line of news. The Rising of the Shield Hero anime gets 2 more seasons. Not 1, but 2.
announcing the same day at Crunchyroll Expo over there in California. They announced it, and it was congrats to them because they deserved the 2 seasons. I didn't expect for them to announce both seasons at the same time. They literally said, "Hey, season 2's in production." Wait, but wait, season 3's in production as well. I'm like, "Oh wow, okay, y'all gonna just announce."
It goes to show this. Like, I feel like that it was that popular. It was like I don't think enough people talked about Shield Hero, but I feel like enough people watched it that it warranted a 3rd season.
But you know what's crazy? The audience is bigger in the U.S. for She-Hero than Japan. That's a crazy thing. That Crunchyroll did.
Well, technically, for the anime itself, yeah, it got much more popular in the U.S. than Japan. But in Japan, the light novel for the Shield Hero, it was fantastic. Like, there's a huge popularity for light novel of Rising of the Shield Hero, and like it was number one isekai kind of anime that brought in the whole isekai genre into manga in Japan.
I know, but I'm just saying that it's because there's a graphic showing that of what was watched more, the dub or the sub of She-Hero, and the dub was I think 12% watched more of the dub than the sub, and also that of the Twitter handle of the Japan of the She-Hero and the US, there's more of a fan of the followers of the dub of the US more than Japan. So it shows that there's an audience for She-Hero. No wonder that they pushed season 2 and season 3, and that's very good. So that means we have it up to maybe 2023 for She-Hero, my guess and assumption.
Well, let's just hope that it's good.
Well, actually, first, remember how She-Hero, when he first started, they are one of few who did simul dub. Like, you have both the sub and the dub version at the same time until near the end is when like the dub took like a 2-week break so that the sub will just finish up, and like 2 weeks later the dub version finishes up the anime. Yeah. So maybe it could be that kind of strategy where if you're going to do a simul dub, have them both out the same time, but then like save the last remaining, give them the dub version more a 2-week break, and then finishing it up the same time, finishing up 2 weeks later after the sub. And then coming back to what you said about the separating them into different years, since we don't know how many episodes those seasons will get, they could be the same thing of how Overlord anime came to be, where they had both season 2 and season 3 within the same year. But what they did was that the first 13 episodes of season 2 was just during the winter to spring, and season 3 was from like fall to like the fall, like in the fall, really.
Hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully they stay consistent. Like, hopefully next year they have maybe the next season will be out in the summer of next year, and after the other one a year after. Hopefully they don't rush it. Hopefully they stay consistent because they know they have a fan base out there. Hopefully they don't rush it and stay consistent with it. Hopefully they don't do a 1-course season and a 1-course. Hopefully they say 2-course and 2-course, and it stays consistent because they know they have a fan base. That's my hope. And hopefully it continues like that because I love She-Hero, the storyline, and everything they did, and also hearing Ray theories about the whole multiverse was pretty entertaining because to actually know that just something like that is possible, and hopefully it continues like that because of what Sam tells me behind the scenes. I'm like, yo, Sam, just tell me a bit of spoilers. So I want to know, there's a multiverse, there's this and that. Okay, I really want to read it, but at the same time, I'd rather wait and watch it because it's freaking amazing what Sam tells me about the manga and the story.
So there is a new visual for the anime for season 2. I want to know what are you guys' thoughts about it? Like, what do you guys see? What are your thoughts?
I want to watch the anime.
It makes me more questions because I'm like, okay, I see 3-4 mountains, and then I see literally a village. It kind of reminds me of something about what's the Netflix series that was so bad season 1, but then was good season 2? Iron Fist. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Some type of Iron Fist type of some type of shining showdown, something like some type of village there.
While you have your eyes on the village, look a little bit towards the left.
Doesn't that look like a hand?
No, look more to the left. What is that? Do you see?
That's a turtle.
Yes.
That's
a turtle.
Yes.
That's a type of Avatar: The Last Airbender type of turtle type of thing.
Inhabiting
island.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You doing don't really help here.
I know. I'm not trying to say more or spoilers. I'm not saying any more afterwards. I just say Move your head a little bit more to the left if you can see what does that look like to you. And like, yes, it's a giant turtle.
All right, that's interesting. We got giant turtle. I don't know what the hell that turtle is gonna do, but it's pretty cool though.
Definitely, it's great. This is gonna be a good arc to talk about.
Can't wait.
I can't wait for that. That should definitely fill up the next 13 episode because this arc alone it's impactful. It's crazy good.
Dope.
All right, guys, let's move on to the next news. The 7 Deadly Sins, Wrath of Gods, will begin broadcasting on October 9th.
I wish I could be excited for this, but Netflix Japan might not even license it to go simulcast. So, I'm excited. Cool. But, we could do legally reactions, but at the same time I don't want to, and I could wait another 24 months or 6 or 6. Well, I said 24 months.
It's like 24 months. I bet 2 years? Oh, hell no.
Wait a good 8 to 6 months and wait for it to at least the first half drop on Netflix and do reactions for it. But I'm a patient guy, so who the hell knows what happens. But if Netflix Japan is listening to us, to our lovely podcast here, and can you please, guys, license it worldwide? We'd love to talk about it every week. Like SAO and My Hero and Fire Force and Dr. Stone. I would lovely and be appreciated if you guys to do that. Thank you very much.
I mean, they might, because right now Netflix are starting to do week to week on shows. I don't know if they're going to do the same thing with anime, though.
Who knows? It's sad, but hopefully 7 Sins is come simulcast. I know what to say. Ray, you're caught up with the anime, right? Because you're not caught up with the manga, right?
Not caught up with the manga, but caught up with the anime. And just give me more 7 Deadly Sins. I love that anime. Please give me more of it. Please.
I mean, it's still also the coin toss of, even though the new studio is going to be working on this season. So hopefully there's not going to be another One Punch Man Season 2 incident. I'm just very hoping it's not.
Most likely, because the visuals looks good, so most likely it should be looking good.
Hopefully. Let's hope that it stays that way. Next line of news. Manga piracy site Manga Rock shuts down.
Yeah, guys, this is not really huge news. It's just more of us to have a little quick update and talk about it. And this is something that hopefully Viz, Crunchyroll, the manga sites take more in consideration to have more mangas in their website so they can actually be sourced out legally for people and actually give money back to the authors where it's not scams to everybody. I get it, not every outlet is there for everybody, but hopefully they could actually take this as to consideration to actually be more legally and more spread out and not just more spread thin, so there's more hope for them. This is my quick 2 cents about that topic, and sucks for people, but there's this and other legal ways, and hopefully more other companies could think about an idea to have it more as an app for other people that are not on Shonen Jump or other sites like that.
I think pretty sure there would be other legal sites where they have the licenses for the mangas. I'm not too sure many of them. I just know a lot of the scan manga. And what's funny is I don't even use Manga Rock. And like, okay, that doesn't really affect me much. I'm still gonna be the manga man. I read a lot. I'm gonna be reading as much as I can from other places. I'll eventually find what I need to find. I will find what I need to find. No matter what, I'm gonna read a manga that I want to read.
That sounds a bit scary, Sam, but okay.
Yes. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Be afraid. Be very afraid. All right, let's move on to last and final news. Not confirmed as of yet, but Top Habercorn, the voice actor of Natsu from Fairy Tail, says that they are going to animate the Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest.
It's not fully confirmed, but if he says it could be true. But we want to discuss that real quick, and I'm happy for it because 100 Year Quest for you Fairy Tail fans that are not really huge like the Fairy Tail fans because of where the last arc went. Fairy Tail Your Quest is the best route to go, and it's definitely a sequel to the series, and definitely should be reading it if you're at least a Fairy Tail casual, like you, Ray. Definitely, if it is animated, you should definitely watch it if you was a Fairy Tail once.
I might. Somebody else asked about that today. They're like, "You don't like Fairy Tail?" I was like, "It's not that I don't like it; it's just that I didn't watch it." So, yeah.
I mean, I'm seeing some complaints about the anime route itself. Like, it's not
Oh
going
yeah,
out as so well.
they cut corners in some anime shots that in the final season is not as good as season 1 and season 2 animation. So that's why a lot of people are not a big fan of the final season, and it makes sense because they probably didn't put much effort into the final season. Hopefully, the 100 Quest they do put more effort because there's a lot more crazy shots in this sequel. So hopefully they do, because this one was one of my favorite seasons. I mean, one of my favorite arcs going on in this 33 chapters only, and there's a lot going on in this sequel, twists and turns, brothers and siblings, kids out there. A lot of things happen.
I'm kind of hoping for them going into a seasonal anime, not just going straight one entire year of the anime.
Hopefully, do that.
At least
Agree.
they'll have more time and better work on each episode of the anime. I don't care if they have to literally spend the first 13 episode is the 13 chapters. That's kind of fine with me. I'm enjoying it how it is. So like, as long as like they give themselves a good amount of break, we know that they have some time onto putting that extra little effort onto the animation. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for. If it's gonna be like a full-on season, the entire 4-core 1 year season kind of thing, forget it. I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna continue just reading it.
Yep, agreed.
All right, guys, let's move to our outro. Ray, please give us your plugs.
Hey, I like to try and keep it simple. Hi, I'm Ray Apollo. I am a full-time content creator, mostly on twitch.tv, but also on YouTube and stuff. So if you want to come hang out with me, follow me everywhere. Ray Apollo, RayAPollo. Trust me, we might have a good time. Smile.
And guys, don't forget to follow me on social media everywhere at LegendDVash, on Twitter, IG, wherever you want to find me. And guys, don't forget to click that Discord link for anime and manga or anything gaming. Go click the Discord link for Ray Apollo. It's in the description down below. We are fun, we are freaky, and we like to have a good time and have a good conversation.
Yes, you can follow me on my social media handles of Sam the Manga Man at IG, Twitter, or anywhere else you can find me. Anime Geeks, we want to know what are your thoughts about this podcast. If we are doing a fantastic job, we want to know. Just give us a 5 stars. Oh, not just a 5-star. Write a review for us, guys, on iTunes. And maybe one day we'll have some ads and sponsors like Nintendo.
Yeah,
because we're that big yet. We're getting there. And help us keep the podcast going. If you write a review, we'll give you a shout out on the podcast and answer any questions you have. Also, make sure you follow our other and support our Facebook, Twitch, and Patreon page at Anime Lately. And follow our other social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram at Anime Lately _. Anime Ladies have a YouTube channel where we do reviews, live reaction of all anime, manga related stuff. Check them out. If you like what you see, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, let us know what your thoughts about this video or anything else you want to talk about. And don't forget to turn on that bell notification so you know that we have a new video up in our channels. Thank you guys for listening or watching. I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.